Hi everyone, and welcome to the deep dive into application analytics session. My name is Nima. I'm a product manager at AppDynamics focusing on application analytics. I start with this one. Probably most of you have heard this before. You even heard it from Jyoti in our keynote session 2 days ago. Software is eating the world. Software is changing our lives. In this modern world, so you barely find a business that is not using some sort of software to interact or connect with customers. The primary interface to customers is becoming digital in many different industries. So every business has to become a software business in order to survive or compete with other competitions in this world. So what do you need to run a software business? So we believe you need a software analytics platform, and you need to be able to answer 3 main questions. Question number 1, am I ready for my business? In AppDynamics, we monitor your applications to identify and resolve all the poor performance through our APM solution, and that has been our main product since we started the company. The second question you need to answer is how are customers engaging? We provide real-time solution to monitor your end users, your customers, through 2 products, the ROM product and the mobile product. Sorry, the browser ROM and the mobile ROM. And the third question you need to ask yourself is, how does my business look like? What if you knew in real time what is the total revenue got impacted because of the poor performance? What if you could tell which products are your top category in your companies? Or what if you could slice or dice your revenue by cities? What if you could tell which customer type got affected because of the poor performance? So to answer all these questions and run a software business, we offer an analytics solution called Application Analytics in AppDynamics. So it's a real-time big data analytics platform, single end-to-end solution. So to run your business, you need to have visibility to your data. So through our platform, we make it super easy and simple for you to collect data and have visibility over your data. Once you have the data, then you need to process the data. So by using our platform, you can use our search language. You can search through your data. You can slice and dice through your data as well. Also, you want to be able to visualize your data. So you can create widgets. You can create different visualization. You can create dashboards. Also, you need to be able to act on the data. So you want to set up alerting. You want to trigger different actions. So all this stuff is possible by using application analytics. So we are offering 3 main products under application analytics. Product number 1 is called transaction analytics. We capture every single business transaction. We extract business and performance data from those BTs. We are offering log analytics solution. We collect every single log. We correlate transaction to logs. And we use log analytics in conjunction with APM to give you a better picture and some forensic information around your data. And also, we are offering browser and mobile analytics. So we give you real-time visibility into end-user web and in real-time visibility into end-user mobile. Okay, so now I want to walk you guys through some architectural slides and show you what's going on under the hood. So what kind of data are we collecting in application analytics? We are collecting browser data. We are collecting mobile data, transaction data, synthetic data, log data, and custom events data. And all those data go to our platform. How do we collect those data? So if you guys are our current Java APM customers, the app agent from the Java agent is actually collecting transactions. So the same agent is collecting BTs and sending to machine agent. Also, machine agent is collecting logs from this server host 1. So transaction and logs, they go to the event service. That's the place we store the data. So it's exactly the same architecture you guys already are using on the APM side. And then you can enable application analytics as well on top of that. So let me walk you through a multi-node agent scenario. So as you guys see in here, we have 5 hosts. In the first 3 hosts, as you guys see, we are collecting business transactions. And all those 3 sending BTs to this analytics agent in here in host 4. And then in host 4, we are collecting logs and BTs going to the same analytics agent. And in host 5, we are only collecting logs. So that's why we only have analytics agent running on that host. And then these 2 analytics agents are talking to our event service for sending the BTs and logs over. So how do we process the data? So transaction, BTs, browser, mobile, all those data going to our API cluster. We have Kafka for messaging, which is our buffering protocol. And then we have Zookeeper for coordination, so which data goes where. And then we have Elasticsearch, the place we store the data. So our platform in SaaS has been designed to support petabyte of data volume daily. And for on-prem, you can start from a small, and then you can scale it horizontally to as many as node you want, based on your architecture, based on the amount of data you are sending to our platform. So we have a widget builder in our platform, so you can use this to create widget easily. So you don't need to have any knowledge about your data. You just go there. As you see, we have all these data available for you on the left side. You just need to drag and drop on X and Y axis, and we create the widget for you. And once you create the widget, you can have multiple of them added to a dashboard as well. The last and not the least, you can search. You can create a search, save a search. You can save it as a metric, and then you can go to our policies and health rules to set up alerting, to set up trigger different actions based on different scenarios. So that is all possible in our platform. So to summarize, what makes us different to other solutions? So we are a single pane of glass for both APM and application analytics data. We automatically correlate business transaction to logs, and we analyze data in real time. Based on your choice, we are offering SaaS, on-prem, private cloud, and public cloud. Okay, guys. So now I want to walk you through into all the new features coming to our 4.2 release, which is the latest release coming up beginning of next year. Feel free to stop me and ask questions. So just stop me anytime. Okay, we wanted to expand our data platform, and we wanted to make it richer. To do that, we are introducing Application Analytics API into our platform. So through our API, you can create a schema. You can tell us in advance how your schema looks like. You can use Analytics Events API to bring external data in. And also, you can use Search API to search through our data and then export it to any third-party application you want. How you can use the API? So in order to use our API, you need to have an API key. So if you go to Analytics section, and then you go to Configuration sections, as you see in here, there is an Add button. You click on that, and then this menu pops up. Ask for a name. You assign a name, and then there are different permissions there. As you see for this one, for example, this API key, it has Manage a Schema permission and Query permission, but it doesn't have the publish permission. So it means that key cannot bring external data in. And then we have different permissions for transactions data, log data, and browser and mobile data as well. And then once you click on Create, then this menu pops up. We generate a key for you. You need to copy the key, and then you are good to go for using the API. On the log side, now we can bring syslog data through TCP. There are many customers, they are not necessarily writing syslog data into a log on disk. So they are sending syslog data over a TCP. So now we can listen to any port you want us to listen, and then we understand the syslog. So we bring it, we parse it for you, and then it's ready in the platform. So as you see in here, you just need to tell us which port we need to listen. And then we have the grok pattern, which I can cover more in following the slides. And then we can parse the syslog data for you. So to give you deeper insight from our platform, we are introducing our own query language called ADQL, AppDynamics Query Language. It's a SQL favor query language. We have autocomplete, so as soon as you start typing, there is a drop-down. We give you options, depends on where you are in the search. We give you all the fields available to you, all the functions, all those kinds of things. I can demo it to you as well. Another feature we are releasing into our 4.2 release, the business transaction log GUID correlation. So if you are a Java APM customers and you can tell the same agent collecting BTs and attaching the very unique GUID into each business transaction, you can tell the agent to insert the same GUID into logs. So imagine if a BT is passing through 5 tiers and there is multiple log files there, they all have the same GUID, and that's why we can correlate BTs to logs. And there are 3 main flows already built in the product. Flow number 1, you can go to APM snapshot, which most of you are familiar with that. And then there is a search log button. You click on that, and then we take you to log analytics. We show you all the logs available for that specific BT. Flow number 2, you can go to transaction analytics. And then again, for that specific BT, there is a search log button. You click on that. We take you to log analytics and show you all the logs. And the third one, you go to log analytics, and then you want to see the BT related to those logs, then we take you to transaction analytics for that as well. So how you can enable this? So you go to analytics section, you go to configuration, and then as you see in here, we give you a list of all the BTs you have. You select which one you want to enable this feature. As you see in here, I'm enabling the GUID correlation for 2 of the BTs. I select those 2, and then you need to tell us the appender name, and then you need to select which log framework you're using. In 4.2, we are supporting log4j and logback, and then you tell us the pattern, and then you just need to add this add AppDynamics request GUID into your pattern anywhere you want. So we are planning to expand this one after 4.2 to support more log frameworks. We also want to support this feature for .NET as well. So that is on the roadmap. So maybe some of you are familiar. So in log analytics, so we have job files in order to collect logs and parse the logs. So out of the box, we have about 25 to 30 job files in the product. So it means we can understand 25 different log formats. It's very easy. You just create one for your own log, and you just tell us the path, and you define your grok pattern, and then we can parse it. So imagine you have done that, but then you go and you see, okay, so in your log event, as you see in here, this is my log event, but I have 2 fields. Sorry. Right. So I have 2 fields called thread ID and thread name. So there is an equal between the key value. There is a semicolon between the fields. And then there is also an underscore before the key name. So you tell us, OK, I want to extract these 2 fields as well. This is after the fact. I want to extract thread ID and thread name. and you tell us the split is equal. It could be anything. And then I have a separator of semicolon in this example. And then I don't want this underscore, so trim it for me. And then I want to change the type of thread ID to number, and also I want to rename it, and also I want to rename thread name to new thread name. So you tell us this information, and then as soon as the new data comes in, then we extract these two fields as well for you. So this combination could be anything. So you could have like key column values in your log file or any sort of different combinations. We support all of them. To enhance our platform, we are introducing a role-based access control into our platform. It has two angles. One, you can control who has access to which features. Also, you can control data level access. So who can have access to which data in the platform. And obviously, we have support for LDAP for authentication and single sign-on. So how you can enable this. So you go to administration in our platform. This is the same across the board on the APM side as well. So we are introducing two new roles. These are the default roles, analytics administrator and analytics user. You can create any new roles based on these two, and then you can add users to those. And then if you notice, there is an analytics tab as well. And in here, so the general part is covering the features I mentioned. For example, the first one is manage fields. So if that role has that permission, or all the users under that role, they can hide fields on the UI. This is another feature we are adding in 2.4.2. Also, if you want the API tab, meaning generating the API key to be visible to the user, you need to add this permission for this role as well. And then there are transaction permissions, log permissions, meaning on transaction, that role you want to access to have access to. Let's say you have 3 apps in your organization, you give access to only one of them for this specific role. Or for log analytics, you give access to one specific source type for this role. So we can go even one more level down. So you can tell, okay, so this role has access to this specific application, this specific source type. But imagine you are a telecom company, and then your app has different kind of BTs. It has like provisioning, billing, and you don't want to give all the billing information to all the users have access to that app. So you can create a search through our ADQL. Let's say select a star from transaction where application equal telecom and business transaction equal provisioning. It means then whoever logs in, they can only see all the BTs for provisioning, and they're not going to see any BTs regarding the billing. So that is one level down, more down compared to just the app level. Also, we are enhancing our visualization. So we are introducing custom dashboard into analytics. So this is the same custom dashboard as APM. So now you can aggregate data from both APM and analytics in one single dashboard. You can use the schedule reporting capability we have in the product for analytics data as well. Each widget has its own time range and query. And then you can share the custom dash with anybody inside the company, outside the company, even for people that don't have necessarily AppDynamics login. So there are 2 flows to do that. So flow number 1 in here, you go to custom dashboard, and then you click on analytics, and then you can create a widget there and add it to the existing one or to a new custom dash. Or flow number 2 is you go to analytics, you search, and then you save a search, and then you add it to the custom dash as you see in here. We are also introducing new widgets. So we are introducing funnel widgets. You guys saw a demo yesterday in our session for funnel. It's very easy. You just tell us the steps, and we generate the funnel widget for you. In our previous release, we had the widget builder, but we could only support one field on each access. So now we are supporting multiple fields. It means you can do more advanced use cases and create more advanced widgets. Also, we are introducing a histogram widget. If you select histogram widget in here, I drag response time on x-axis. So you can configure x range, x-axis range, as you see in here. We give you this option. And also you can select which percentile matrix you want to see for that response time. In here, I'm seeing 4 of them. You can change these numbers to any numbers you want. So I think that's all the features I wanted to cover. So if you guys have any questions, I can answer now, or I can go to demo, and then I can answer them. Yeah?
Is it possible to source your analytic data across multiple controllers?
Yes.
For example, if you're running one controller in your company,
Right.
can you get that analytic data to be shared across both controllers?
Yes, you can. Yep. Any more questions? All right. Yeah. Please. We can collect any log. So, and log is not going to the controller, so it's going to the event service. So we store all the logs in event service. So it's not in a like a SQL database. So it goes to event service, which we use Elasticsearch as a backend. Yes, ma'am? Compression? Yeah, we do. Yep. All right, so let me show you some of these features live in action. Sorry, what was that? Is not, but I can send a portion of it to you, or even maybe all. All right, so let me show you the correlation between transaction and logs. How does it work? So as you see in here, I have a telecom app. It's a multi-tier app, as you guys see in this flow map. First, let me show you how I enable this. So you go to Analytics, you go to Configuration, and then you select the app. In here, I select the telecom app. And in here, so I'm enabling this feature for all the BTs I have. And then you go here, and then I already enable it. So as you guys see, this is the appender name, this is my pattern, this is a log4j. So this feature now is enabled. So if I go to Applications, I go to Telecom, I go to Transaction and Snapshots. So let's say I select this one, the place order BT. So it's a BT going from order web to order server, and I know there is an error in there. So I can click on search logs. As you guys see in here, it says creating an order for the queue code, this one, for this user. And it also tells me order for code request this is declined because the user has asked for the expedited shipment, and that shipment is not available for that zip code. So this is the information is not available on APM side, but it's available on the log side. To show you another example, so this time I'm picking a place order, but it's not an error. It's a slow transaction. And then if I go to logs, sorry, let me do it one more time. Sorry, for some reason I'm not getting all the data I wanted. Let me try one more time. Anyway, this one is not coming up, but the story is like when you, for this slow one, there is no error, but we know it has been a 7 seconds delay, but we don't know why. So once we take you to logs, it tells you the queue was full. So they tried 7 times, every time 7 seconds. That's why it took 7 seconds. And then after that, the transaction was successful, and it went through the billing step. So that's why you know the context, but that context is not there on the APM side. So that was the demo I wanted to show you. So now let me show you the API. So how you guys can bring external, yes. Yeah. The exception is available on the APM side, so we tell you all the exceptions there. No, this is just totally separate. So because you already know the exception, you already know which class and method is causing the issue, but you just don't know why. You know the exact issue, but you don't know the context. All right, so for API, so I told you need to have API key. So if I go here, I can add an API key. I already added one, which ends with BD7C. So I'm going to use that key to bring external data. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to create an schema. And I call the schema, I call the schema my products, as you guys see in here. And this is the key, ends with BD7C. I generate it. So enter. So let's see if we have that custom event available in here. So if I go to analytics search, if I go here, here it is. So now I see my products, and this is the schema I defined. So I had description, ID, price, product brand, product name, and user rating. So obviously I don't have data yet, so I'm going to bring some data as well. So this is the publish part. So as you guys see, for the same schema, I'm bringing some data. So I have different data for those keys. Let's see if the data came in. Yep. So now I have data in the platform. Also, I can use the search API to search for this data as well. So let me show that as well. So as you guys see, in here I'm using ADQL. Select a star from my products. So I just want to see all the data. And as you see in here, it says 2 events, and this is my data. So that is the search API. All right, so now let me show you ADQL in action. So in order to use ADQL, you need to go to Advanced tab. So I go here. So I have 3 examples. So the first one, let's say you want to get some statistic around response time for very specific tier in your application. So how can you do that? So as you see, this is the autocomplete part. As soon as I start typing, I'm getting the key values there. So I'm selecting this application, and I'm saying, okay, I want to pick tier called inventory service. So since I selected this tier, so now I want to add some functions and get some statistics. The first one, I'm saying, give me mean of response time for that specific tier. Also, show me the max. And also show me the average. So now if I hit search, yeah, I didn't close the, sorry. Yeah, here it is. So now we are seeing minimum, maximum, and average response time for that specific tier. Sorry, did you have a question? It's based on the time frame, exactly. So if I change that time frame, then we should see different data. Yeah. So second use case. So now I want to switch to logs, and I want to get all the, let's say I have an Apache log, and I want to get all the IP addresses which they failed, and also I want to know how many of those failing situation was there for each specific IP. So this time I'm selecting my Apache access log, and I want to select client IP and count of them. And also I want to rename it to count of IPs. And I'm going to add, all right, so the response is 500, meaning some error happened. So if I run this, so now yeah. So if I run this, so now I should maybe I don't have any error. in last 30 minutes. Yeah, it seems I didn't have any error in last 30 minutes. So let me change it to 3 hours. Now I have some error. So I have 58 errors for that specific client IP. So let me cover another use case. So now I want to see how many login failure I had from my Apache log. So I'm going to tweak a little bit this ADQL. So I'll go and I see if I have a request called login. Yeah, there is a request called login. So now I want to see just how many login failure I had in my log. And I call it login failure. Zero. If I change it to 200, 925 success logging through my Apache log. So I think that's all the demos I wanted to show you guys. So happy to answer any questions. Yes, please. Yeah.
How do you set the revenue value on the dashboard in the very first couple of slides?
Yes. This one?
Yeah.
Yep.
Is that automated or is that
No, there is a query language behind that
okay?
in order to get that number.
This is the dashboard.
This is the dashboard, yes. It has multiple widgets, and then each of them have their own query language. Each, yeah, exactly. Yes. Yeah, it's the same as the APM side if you're familiar. So it's the same reporting capability. And it's very flexible, actually.
Can we schedule it to a particular time?
Yes. Yes.
Not a fixed time?
No. You have totally flexibility there. Yes.
I noticed it didn't have a group by don't have
So we kind of like infer group by. So based on the order of the fields in select clause, so we group it by based on that. You can change the order. Yes. Yep. Yes. Sorry, say again. Sorry, I'm having a hard time hearing. Local agent? The log agent, okay, sorry. No, it's the analytics agent which collects the logs. Right. No. So we can have one analytics agent running on that server to collect many logs. Yes. I mean, we don't recommend just having some sort of like a centralized log solution. So we we recommend to have analytics agent running on each host. So basically, we want to collect logs from the source. But we have different customers. Some customers, they have like a centralized location. They send all the logs to one place, and then they collect it from there. But we recommend just collect it from the source. So you don't need to have a centralized one. Yes, please. Yeah, so we have about 25. I can show you guys. So if you go, there's a directory called jobs, and then in there we have So this is, for example, one of the examples. So we obviously we understand our own logs. We have Apache log, access, Apache error, Cassandra, CouchDB, Glassfish, Java Agent, Jetty, Log4j, MongoDB, MySQL, Nginx, you name it. So we have about 25, 30, and we keep adding to that. And actually creating a new one is not hard at all. And we always help you to do that. Yes, we are adding IIS support as well in 4.2. It's in the product. So when you go to this directory and in analytics agent conf job, all the job files are already there. Yeah, good question. I make sure, that is available in the documentation. Should be. If not, we add. You can always, just ask us. We tell you. Yes, you mean these job files? No, these are just the job files we have. So any new job files, you need to add it in here, and then in the job file. So let me show you actually how it looks like. So let's say the log4j. So this is how it looks like. So in here, you tell us the path. By the way, can you guys see from the back, or is it too small? Sorry. So this is the path you tell us, and then this is the regex for multi-line if your log is a multi-line, and then you tell us the source type, and there is other optional information there you can add. It's not mandatory. And then we have the grok pattern, and as you see for this one, this is the grok pattern we have to understand the log4j. So once you create the job file, then as soon as data comes, then we extract these key values based on the grok pattern. And just in case if you forgot or you want to add something later on, there is another feature in the product. You can go to analytics, logs, and then there's a plus button in here. You can click on that. You can select your source type. I'm selecting the Apache one. And then this one, basically, you can input regex in here. And then as soon as you input the regex, we extract those fields as well for you. There is a help in here. For example, you see this is the log line, and through these regex, we are extracting IP addresses, method, and URL. And then we can verify that for you. As soon as you type the regex, click apply, we highlight the field there, and also we add a column. So then you can make sure you are extracting those fields, and your regex was a right pattern. You have two options. You can tell in the grok pattern to which fields you want to extract. So that's one way, and then or you can come here, and then through this feature you can say, okay, I want to extract these two fields, for example, only. And then at the beginning you have the option of just selecting like very specific path if you don't want to collect all the logs, right? So imagine you already have a path based on the time or based on the server host. So you can just tell us, okay, so just go grab for me this specific location, and it could be like a multi-directory in each path, right? And you can tell us which data you want to collect. So the grok is before indexing, but the regex is basically after the fact. And then we're going to index those new fields as well. We don't have any limitation. Sure. Yes, please. Sorry, say again. So we have analytics agent for the logs, and also there is a part called event, like the app agent part inside the Java agent or .NET agent. So that part is the same. You just enable that for analytics. So we send you BTs through analytics agent, or which is part of the machine agent, to the event service. For logs, is the same agent as well.
It is also designing something called the network agent. So too many agents on the servers is going to have an overhead on the application performance because of the extra agents.
I haven't heard anything regarding that. I'm not kind of like specialized in the network side, but we are selling analytics to many current APM customers. So it means they already have Java agent or .NET agent, machine agent there. They're adding, in .NET case, they're adding analytics agent, right? But they've never had any issue. So there is going to be some overhead for sure, right? Because it depends on the data we are collecting. So we're collecting logs, we're collecting BTs, but it's not much. So we haven't seen any issue in the field. Yes, please. So because analytics agent is the one collecting the logs, so it's not the same agent, right? So it's totally different. So agent, as soon as it sees the data, it collects it and sends it to let's say on SAS, send it to Kafka in the messaging, and then we just index the data, right?
So my question is, I have a situation where for some reason I'm not able to connect to the server for the analytics, which is connected to data. And then finally connection is reestablished. Is it going, what kind of overhead would happen in that situation? Is it trying to send all the data that's backlogged over the last couple of days?
Yeah, unfortunately, when you turn it on, I guess it's going to be a big jump at the beginning. And then it kind of like, it comes down. Because at the beginning, it wants to collect the last 3 days data, right?
Is there any thought?
Throttling, you mean? Yeah, we don't have that in the product today, but it is on the roadmap. So we are working on that.
This capability is available right now, or this is part of the 2.0?
Which one? The collecting part?
Collecting and
No, it's already there. So it has been in 4.0 and 4.1 release as well. The features I mentioned, it's coming in 4.2, but log analytics solution, the collection part parsing has been there from day one. Any more questions? All right, guys. Thank you very much. Thanks for your time.